Well, hello people. Welcome to the next Senpai. We're chatting about a whole series of new anime releases in 2024 that you'll absolutely love. These shows are set in fantasy worlds where the power of magic decides everything. There are a lot of unexpected adventure storylines, and the overpowered characters have mind-blowing skills. Combine this with risers to create a stunning visual effect, so get ready to be blown away. Keep watching this video and stay awesome. Let's go! One of the fresh fantasy anime that brings the concept of a demon lord in a futuristic world that has an attractive power with smooth fighting anime movements and combines ancient magic power and a cyberpunk style. The story focuses on Veltal Velvet Velsvold, the legendary demon king, who rose again and was thrown far into the 2099 time loop after receiving a crushing defeat from hero Gram. With the same desire to rule the new world, Veltal, along with his loyal followers Machina, attempted to revive the true demon lord's power that had suddenly disappeared. He decides to re-establish his throne and gather his new number of followers by becoming a game streamer. In an intricate journey involving other characters from the past, they are awakened as the dark side of the cyberpunk metropolis of Shinjuku is revealed, for the fusion of magic and technology has elevated civilization to stunning and unprecedented heights. We'll go straight to the catchiest fantasy anime of fall 2024, an adaptation of the light novel series written by Jockey and illustrated by Fame, whose overall vibe is a bit darker than the rest of the series from the start. This anime uses an anti-naive character as the main attraction, who utilizes genius to get the selfishness he wants. It tells the story of Noel Stalin, who dreams of surpassing the achievements of his grandfather, Brandon the Overdeath, who was legendary in terms of monstrosity and power in eradicating the Demon Lord's army. In the extreme training to improve his abilities for 4 years, Noel was detected to have the skill of a talker, one of the weakest class skills that only boosts his allies' abilities through spoken words, but possesses no combat abilities. It is a story about how the most evil talker, who is a master of negotiation and manipulation, and does not hesitate to destroy anyone who stands in his way, to gather the greatest people around him, to increase his reputation as the most famous talker, leading the world's greatest clan. This show transported viewers to the chaotic world of the Sengoku era, when monks conducted illegal and inhumane research on civilians with spiritual endowments, hoping to create transformed hybrid beings between the fusion of the human body and soul and a demon named Katawara. The story centers on two reformist siblings, Tama and Jinka, who embark on an adventure to stop the terror of the evil ones, both Katawara and humans. Meanwhile, they face the moral dilemma of how to bring justice in the midst of darkness. They have conflicting goals, where Yukotama is an optimistic and idealistic fox girl who wants to create peace together, and Jinka Yamato is a Katawara, a bloodthirsty species that possesses the power of a nine-tailed fox and can destroy the world. The series premiered on Tokyo MX and had 2 seasons in the same year. The first season served as their background story foundation, focusing on the emotionally touching sibling relationship. The second season brought more action, with the confrontation between the Jinka and the High Priestess Dangeshu, turning the power dynamic between the magically gifted Katawara and humans being turned upside down. If you know weak characters that look strong, like King from One Punch Man or Mr. Satan from the Dragon Ball series, the main character in this show takes the same concept. This anime is its blend of light humor and unexpectedly intense action. Focusing on Cry Andre, realizes he has no talent for treasure hunting and decides to take early retirement from his adventuring party. In the eyes of his friends and acquaintances, he is a trustworthy treasure hunter who possesses a wide range of talents. His popularity skyrocketed after it was revealed that Cry is the absolute leader of Grivyang Soul, one of the most superior, which he founded with his childhood friends. But in truth, he is an ordinary human being who is weak, indecisive, careless, and only relies on unpredictable luck. Cry didn't hesitate to run away and prostrate himself when things got too hectic situation, even though he tried to tell them the truth, but no one really believed him. Haruka's journey from a lone wolf who is not well respected by everyone to an overpowered figure who utilizes his intelligence and creativity to overcome various challenges in a new world that often defies logic and the rules of truth in the modern world. It starts with a god who sends a group of high school students into a fantasy world and assigns them to be heroes. God blesses them with a variety of special powers of their own choosing. Because he had been excluded from his surroundings from the beginning, Haruka had no other choice but to take a low-level special ability that was not chosen by other students. Unlike the others who are passionate about exploring another world, Haruka utilized his various abilities to live a comfortable life alone and avoid problems that come from outside of his comfort zone. But to protect everyone surrounding him, capable of surviving as an independent adventurer. Different from the usual isekai format, which is dominated by the main character who has handsome charm and is reborn as the heir to the royal throne, Sasaki and Peeps presents a middle-aged main character, an ordinary office worker who is tired of his routine life. His life takes an incredible turn when he buys a pet bird named Peeps, who is revealed to be the reincarnation of the most powerful wizard from another world. Peeps gives Sasaki the ability to travel between worlds, allowing him to engage in action-packed adventures and magic in fantasy worlds, while still living a modern life in Japan. While searching a way for building slow living life, they decide to work together to bridge the peace between the two worlds. Sasaki gets swept up in a heroic scenario that no one expected and tracks down talented people like himself to prevent the destruction of the world. A unique new isekai anime show that combines the dark philosophy of life with absurd humor, but is packed with a lightness that will be very easy to enjoy by many audiences. The story follows a reference to Osamu Dazai, author of the novel No Longer Human, who is depressed and disoriented after a failed ritual suicide with his lover, who is then suddenly transported to a fantasy world. Instead of becoming a hero who is expected to save the world, he mostly grapples with his existence while facing the absurdity of the isekai world while weaving an unexpected story as an impromptu adventurer. It is all Dazai does to find his beloved separated in another world, to continue their pending dream of ending their lives with her lover in the world in one of the most beautiful places in the fantasy world. One of the show's main attractions is its blend of satirical scenes with explorations of serious themes such as loss, redemption, and the search for purpose, making it more reflective and philosophical than most mainstream isekai shows. One of the several fantasy anime with the main character playing the role of a healer, but this anime managed to enchant the audience with its unique story and massive action adventure. Imagine when a healer who is generally tasked with being a support behind, but now he is at the front line, becomes the core of the main attack with his unlimited healing techniques. Usato Ken is a low-key high school student who was dragged into another world with two prodigious members of his school's student council. They are summoned as heroes of the kingdom, where they are at their worst on the verge of destruction and stop the domination of the Demon King's attack. But after the magic proficiency test, Usato was detected to possess rare healing magic and immediately caught the attention of Rose, the head of the strongest rescue team. That immediately brought Usato into rigorous and deadly training under Rose's merciless supervision. With unyielding determination, Usato's savage side was beginning to grow and activate the strongest potential of the healer, where he would move aggressively to cover his comrades from the terrible showdown. Having been rejected from the adventurer's qualification due to his lack of any prominent strengths, Noor decided to train his only basic skill, parrying everything. In pursuit of his dream of becoming a high-level adventurer, Noor isolated himself in the mountains and practiced his parrying skills for 14 years. Because of this, Noor was weak in interacting with his surroundings and continued to feel insecure about his unexpected achievements. The ridiculous comedic assemblage made him continue to doubt his skills and humble himself even as he did inhumane things. Noor the Master Parry, who is initially still enrolled as an F-level beginner adventurer, eventually gets involved with more complex issues with the kingdom on the brink of collapse. The audience will be mesmerized by Noor's unique ways of dealing with challenges in each episode, who already possesses superhuman endurance and extraordinary parrying skills, but whose shallow thinking results in constantly mistaking the catastrophic level threats he fights as rookie adversaries. This anime presents a unique and entertaining story about Rick Gladiator, a middle-aged man who decided to start a new life as an E-rank rookie adventurer. Previously, he was just a humble, diligent employee at the Adventurers Guild who had buried his childhood dreams with the doctrine from his surroundings that raw magical powers stopped developing at the age of 20. But one day, Rick's accidental encounter with the dark elf Rayonette Elfelt that will change his life. He had a fateful encounter and attracted the attention of elite adventurers from the legendary group Orichalcum Fist, whose members welcomed Rick on the condition that he must undergo rigorous and extreme training, where they did not hesitate to train him almost to the point of death. Underestimated because of his age and detected to have weak magic, Rick has no choice but to show the world that the deadly training by the world's greatest group has turned him into an invincible warrior and surprised everyone with the awesome strength that has surpassed the average newbie adventurer. One of the lesser-known isekai recommendations, but one that has a quality of action that will always be part of our top tier of underrated isekai that you must watch. With the battle royal action concept and intense competition theme, Ishura will present a brutal battle between the strongest candidates from various universes and uses a broad storytelling method that does not focus too much on the existence of the main character. Starting from a unique premise when a peaceful world following the death of the Demon King suddenly turned into chaos due to a power vacuum that has damaged the balance of the world, there is turmoil from the strongest candidates who proclaim themselves as the identity of the lost hero and the competitors for the throne of the Demon King who will become a threat in the future. Through the point of view of Sujuru the Willow Sword, who is the self-proclaimed strongest swordsman of the otherworld and calls himself the last Yagyu on Earth, he will follow his instincts to honor his own freedom and seek out the strongest opponent. Sujuru decides to join forces with Yuno the Distant Talon to investigate the origins of the feud that is already on the brink. It begins with the previous story of a low-class wizard who was defeated in the face of the arrogant nobility, and after that, he was reincarnated as Lloyd the Magic Madness and the 7th Prince of the Saloum Kingdom. I highly recommend this new isekai anime because it presents the unique adventures of the overpowered little prince who doesn't care about the throne as the next successor and prefers to spend time perfecting his magical abilities. The appeal of this anime is that we will see how the main character synchronizes his second life to be proportional so that he does not attract the attention of many people, although sometimes his obsession is often annoying to his surroundings and even allows him to endanger his own life just to do his crazy magical experiments. This is an example of a quality isekai show that tells a story of freedom, creativity, and curiosity. Thanks to the capable team at the Tsumugi Akita Animation Lab, that will be given audiences a consistent quality of epic battles with smooth animation movements and captivating visual effects of magic explosions. Solo Leveling is one of the action and urban fantasy anime adaptations of the popular web manga that received a good response in its first debut. With the ever-increasing enthusiasm of the manhwa audience and the support of a solid militant base of webtoon fans, A1 Pictures will not waste this golden opportunity by simultaneously launching the follow-up of the second season in the next year. The story of this anime centers on Sung Jin-woo, the weakest hunter who gains mysterious abilities after being betrayed and sacrificed for their safety in a terrible double dungeon incident. With the power to level up without limits, he progressively dominates the underworld, while still hiding his true power in the faces of the other hunters to complete all his missions. Apart from transforming into an overpowered handsome figure, one of the other highlights of Solo Leveling is the protagonist's drastically changed persona who will do anything to benefit himself and will not hesitate to fight back against his enemies who want to knock him out from behind. This anime offers an interesting blend of action, drama, and the emotional journey of an underdog protagonist who will surprise all with his true power. With stunning visual appeal set in a fantasy world like Harry Potter, this anime manages to bewitch the audience with action that is sure to amaze, and this animation studio has actually cooked it up perfectly. The series revolves around a boy with the dub, the book learner, who seems to have no talent whatsoever in the field of magic and is often considered useless in a world that considers magical ability as absolute power. Will Surfort dreams of being at the highest peak of the Mercedes Callis Tower, a tower inhabited by the top global magician in the world. He did it all to fulfill the promise of his childhood friend and first love, who had already earned the title of talented magician as the 5 Supreme Wand. Being so underestimated by everyone, he slowly shows that strength of heart and determination not to let anyone stand in the way of his dreams. Will relies on extraordinary physical abilities and sword skills to win his battles that the other witches don't have. An anime adaptation of Yukinobu Tatsu's manga was then visualized by Science Saru through the debut of talented director Fuga Yamashiro. It is absolute cinema when Dandadan is included in the top-notch anime of 2024 with fantastic action power and balanced absurd comedy. Starting from two main protagonists have conflicting beliefs about the existence of ghosts and aliens. Okarun is a shy and friendless high school youth who decides to team up with Momo Ayase, where they get involved in supernatural incidents and attempt various ways to restore normal teenage life as it comes back like before. Their bond is formed in a series of supernatural battles and strange encounters with urban legends and paranormal entities. After being possessed by Turbo Granny, Okarun gains the ability to enter a powerful demonic state, giving her incredible speed, but also a much different alternate personality. As the two teenagers develop unique superhuman abilities, they learn to complement each other and also engage supernatural powers fighting spirits and aliens with support from unexpected allies. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel so we can keep creating great content for you. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments about which new isekai or fantasy is your favorite in this list. Maybe you can give feedback on other suggestions for anime-related features out of the topic that we should to recommendation. Have a nice day, everyone. I'm signing out and peace.